Hello and welcome to the 2018 Delaware Disc Golf Challenge presented by Innova Disc Golf. We've got Big Julie commentary, myself, and Paul Ulibarri.
Yeah, man, this is going to be awesome. Delaware. First time there's been a national tour here, I think, in a long time, so it should be super exciting.
Yeah, we're here at the Iron Hill Disc Golf Course, a treacherous par 72 in the woods the entire time. We basically have two holes where it's kind of open for about 100, 200 feet. The rest of it is going to be just like this, and this is actually a pretty generous fairway. Hole 1 is a par 4, 605 feet. Slight dogleg to, well, that's actually a pretty good dogleg to the right here. You want to throw a sidearm off the tee. A really good shot can get somewhere over here near the short pin. This is actually not the pin that we're playing here in the competition. We're going another 150 feet back here through the woods. It is a tough starting hole.
Oh, absolutely, and it kind of bottlenecks like right there in the middle, so it's a really tough landing area.
California, please say hello to Gregory.
So honestly, if you do throw sidearm, which Barsby is about to do right now, you have to really push that left side edge. Otherwise, you'll kind of get pinched on the right side.
And this is going to be the first official throw for Gregg Barsby as a world champion. And that's a bit tight there.
Yeah, that's going to need to get some love.
Oh, it does. It kicks right back to the fairway. That was definitely drifting off into the rough.
Please welcome Paul Ulibarri.
And we have a special guest here, Paul Ulibarri, 4th place at the World Championships.
Yeah, so this is my first throw as a 4th place champion.
And it looks like you're going with your trusty F5. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm really trying to push around the corner and have like an easier upshot. I've just never had that much success laying up on this hole.
And this is turning nicely down the fairway. If it doesn't hyzer too much at the end, which it does, it's going to put you back into the rough.
Fort Mill, South Carolina.
I should have laid up.
And the 2-time world champion, since we're on the discussion of world championships, Ricky Wysocki here, actually also going with a turnover. I believe he's going to be throwing a compass. Kind of surprised that he's not going with the sidearm here. I really feel like it opens up the fairway quite a bit.
That might be a little tight as well.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to track that one, but it looked like it got a little kick even to the right there.
The city that reds, Andrew Fish.
I don't know if I heard some boos there or not, but Andrew Fish is the returning champion of this event. A player really well known on the East Coast. Very interesting style of throw.
Yeah, all you have to do is watch the flight of his disc, though. He has so much control. One of the best woods players on the planet.
Oh, yeah,
here.
Without question. Oh, heads up.
Spectator. Spectator check.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, Andrew Fish is a former Ultimate Frisbee player, and you can see that a lot in his style, and he really has a good control of the disc.
Here's Ricky trying to make something happen with a roller, it looked like, but
oh, wow,
didn't get it enough over there. Ran up that tree. Should be easy par.
Could be. I feel like there's no easy pars in this course. I mean, you can throw great drives. Look at that shot from Andrew. The approach is there's always going to be 10 to 15 trees within 15 to 20 meters of the pin that you just have to miss on almost all your approaches throughout the whole course.
Here's Barsby going probably Rhino there.
That's a good shot there.
Yeah, circle's edge.
Mm-hmm. And how deep in the woods were you here? About 15 feet?
I was too far to where now my disc is vertical. And
we saw you throw a lot of those shots last week at Brewster Ridge, going to a knee and throwing a lot of sidearm approaches.
Yep. Advance, advance, advance on the East Coast. That's what
yeah, exactly.
That's really the name of the game out here.
And Ricky's got a look for his par from about 27 feet or so.
Yeah, par on this course really isn't too bad. Sometimes it feels kind of bad, but then you'll have rounds where it's just like you're begging for a par. It's one of the most difficult courses that we'll play all year. I
don't know if I've ever actually played a par 72 on an 18-hole course before. It's a grueling day. We're set up for only 4 par 3s on the entire course, which is just grueling.
And I think it's a fair par as well. I don't think that there's any really tweeners or anything like that. That's just it's just that hard.
And Andrew with a great birdie start there with a perfect approach, showing why he is the former champion of this event. Really controlled 2 great shots there through the woods. Hole 2 is a par 3, 380 feet. And this is a very specific line you have to throw. I feel like the best play is going to be a hyzer flip backhand that gets through these woods, misses this big tree here in the middle. I'm not sure if this is a hickory or an oak or an ironwood. I don't know, but I was told by the tournament director there's 3 trees out here on this course. We have hickories, ironwoods, and oaks. So I was reminded to bring that to the commentary.
And we're also going to this second circle here, not that first basket.
And it looks like the drone footage might have beat the the course staff bringing out the baskets for the long positions. It's 2 ghost pins that we've had out here that we haven't quite been able to see the basket.
And he yanks that one a little bit to the right there. But honestly, he's pretty close to hitting the line. He's about 2 feet from actually probably getting all the way there. That's how specific this shot is.
Yeah, you really have to push the high ceiling.
And that's too wide as well.
Yep. And you can't just throw an overstable disc because you won't get the glide that you need to get all the way up to the pin. And this is that flippier X1, I believe. Is that?
Yep.
Okay.
We all 3 hit the same tree.
Yeah, that's some consistency there, unfortunately.
Let's see if Rick can break our habits here. Yeah, thanks, Rick.
There's an earlier tree, yeah. Yeah, I think that a sidearm anhyzer really holds this fairway nice if you can throw it for that type of distance, but it is such a technical shot to throw.
What did it say? 380?
Yeah, 380
feet. That's a
feet.
far sidearm to hold an ante like that. I know I don't have that.
And Ricky comes up just short of the circle. He's going to have a long putt for par. And there's that ultimate Frisbee style sidearm. Look at that shot from Andrew. What a recovery.
Yeah, that was a lot of touch. And Gregg's been just running these lately. I've played with him a lot of rounds the last couple weeks, and he gives those a run where I'm just like trying to slide it up there. He's really in a different kind of zone.
Yeah, that's what confidence will do. If you feel like you can go 25, 30 long and give it a look to make, and then you're going to make that comebacker, then that's just going to open the doors for all sorts of crazy shots.
Yeah, so you see us all hit that same tree, and we don't have easy looks in, you know. It's definitely a scrambles man's course.
And Ricky from about 40 feet saves par. It's 2 par saves he's had to come up with so far.
What a putt.
That's typical Ricky right there for you. And par save there for you. And looks like we'll have most likely all pars on hole 2. Just playing it very tricky. I mean, these par 3s on this course are no joke. This is the 4th hardest hole in the course, and it's a par 3. I mean, that's just... We've got all blind... There's not one par 3 that you can see from the pin directly. They're all blind shots. Oh, actually, that's not true. Hole 13, I believe you can see from the tee, but it's just a long, tight tunnel. So the times that you do have an opportunity to get it to, it's not easy. Moving on to hole 3. Par 4, 660 feet. It's a low-ceiling tunnel tee shot here through this greenway. And... ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this open air because this is about all you're going to see on this course. This hole and the next hole is really the only time you're going to see this much open sky. Players are going to want to throw either a sidearm or a late turnover, perhaps even a roller. And you just want to get down here and you want to avoid going too far left or coming up early in the woods on the right because then you won't have a look to the green down here. Once again, the pin is not in its position, but it's right here. You can see the circle drawn. Just do your imagination. The basket right in the middle of that circle.
Yeah. And there's the control.
Wow. That is such a beautiful shot.
Yeah, that's good on any fairway in the world.
So smooth, great control.
Gregg going sidearm here.
And the sidearm needs the flip up. This is not flip up. This is going to be way early, and Gregg is going to be in some trouble here.
Yeah, so that's the one mistake you really can't make here is miss early right, because then you're bottlenecked to where there's almost no chance to even get anywhere near the pin.
Yeah, that's going to
You
be a
almost have
layup to the corner.
yeah.
Maybe he could pitch through, but no way to get
Right.
to the pin, I don't think.
And that's me doing my best
Oof.
fish impersonation.
Yeah, that's a really good one. And that's a good shot. If you get over that hillside and you're not bottlenecked up to the right like you were talking about, then you're going to have a look down to the pin. Yeah, in years past we saw Ricky throwing rollers, and he goes with that play once again. This is looking really nice.
Yeah, it needs to flip hard.
Oh, it is going pretty straight, but that grass is kind of long. But, yep, it just keeps going down into that creek. It's going to be a technical approach from there, but a huge portion of distance he cut off right there.
Yeah, he should be able to make something happen, I'm guessing. And Gregg was trying the cut roller.
That could have been a good tree, actually. I think it might have
Yeah,
stopped him from going deeper in the woods.
my trusty PA1.
And kind of a shiesty route there. That was looking like that was going to slide right up to the pin. It was a good shot, though.
Yeah. That's another thing about this place. Right now, the ground play is a bit inconsistent because of all the mud.
Yeah, you got the mud. You got tons of rocks in this course. You're going to have a lot of roots as well that are going to be exposed.
Footing's a big key. Even if you land in the fairway, sometimes you don't have the best footing that you would on other courses. So that's, standstill sidearm, standstill backhands, those come into play here a lot.
And Ricky with an approach right outside the circle. That should be in his range for a nice little birdie look.
Before Gregg threw this, he said, I'm going to just give this a little nose-up run here. And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
What are you thinking?
It's pretty crazy because there we have a downhill green, as you can see, that goes to the creek, which is in bounds.
I thought he was kidding.
No, he wasn't.
No.
And Andrew with a kind of a slight bid.
Looked like he was a bit handcuffed behind that little group of trees.
Ricky comes up a bit short. That's probably a common miss considering how sloped the green is behind the basket. And that's a nice birdie there. It's going to be the only birdie on the card.
Yeah, and these guys are just going to clean up for some pars here, I think.
It's almost surprising. This is one of the easier par fours in the course, and oh goodness.
Yeah.
I don't know
Then
if they
there's
just
that.
held onto his finger. What happened there?
So he told me that he forgot his main putter at the house. So he had to putt with a new one. He's putting with this black AVR, and I think he was putting with the pink one last week. And he has another pink backup, but he's like, it's just not the same. The black one felt a little better, so.
Okay, well, yeah, those kind of thoughts can creep into your head when you're playing. That's a uncharacteristic miss for Gregg, as we pick up a bogey and only one birdie on the hole. Hole 4 is a 675-foot par 4. This one's a lot more open off the tee, but it's a lot more specific on the landing zone. Players are going to want to throw turnover. Turnover can get really far, but we have a low ceiling here. I think a good play here is a long, straight forehand that skips and finishes pretty far to the right. If you get over here to the landing zone, you can see the circle for the short pin. This is going to be the only real clear fairway to the pin on this short approach here.
Yeah, definitely kind of a needle fairway when you get to the end there. It's not very far, but it's super tight.
Yeah, if you finish too far straight, it really makes it difficult to get anything near the pin.
I'm throwing my big germ stamped D3.
Oh,
Used to be in
yeah.
your bag back in the day. It
Yeah.
did me dirty though, so
Yeah,
thanks for that, man.
I beat it up too much for you. I apologize. And you're also going for the big turnover. A lot of angle on this. This needs to get flat. It does, and that's a really nice shot.
So smooth, man.
This kind of looks like he's just gracefully galloping on the tee.
Looks like Ricky's lining up the roller again.
Once again, I'm surprised by this. His forehand has been such a staple of his career. And what am I saying? This is incredible.
Yeah, he has.
It's a shot that he's been working on a lot over the last 4 or 5 years as his roller, and he's obviously showing that he's got a lot of control with that shot.
Barsby lining up the turnover.
I like this line a lot. If this can flatten out and miss these trees, this is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, that's the best drive I might have seen.
Oh, wow. And that takes away so much of the technicality of the
100
approach.
feet in, yeah.
Wow, what a great shot there from Gregg. I believe you're throwing your M2 here?
Yeah, that's my
wow.
M2.
And that was a great second shot. That's going to give you, what, 25 feet to the pin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super happy with that result. I was expecting par from there at best.
Oh, man. That just floated down the fairway. That was so pretty.
Ricky's just going to jump put his way to a bird.
Wow. Okay.
He even tried to go in. Like, even when he's laying up with his putt, it's like, zoom.
Wow. It's like, I know I'm Ricky's putter, and I should be in the basket, but, like, physics don't make sense for me to be in the basket, but I'm going to try my best anyways. And that is such an awesome grouping.
So if I can convert on this putt, we'll have a star frame.
And you do. That is a very impressive grouping there for our lead card. All threes on hole 4. Moving on to hole 5. 690 foot par 5. And you can see the tee shot is very important. You just want to get somewhere near this short pad off to the left, say somewhere in the fairway, and then you've got another shot that looks almost the exact same. Super tight all the way up. Distance is not the key, but we are going uphill the whole way, which makes it a little bit tricky in some ways. But the really tough part is getting up here. Once again, this short pin is not the pin we are playing to. We are actually going about another 60 feet up here on top of these rocks where these tiny trees really come into play on your approach.
Yeah, it's rare that you see a par 5 under 700 feet, but this is a true par 5.
Mm-hmm. And this is fantastic. Right down the middle, flipping up. Not much fade. Catches maybe a little bit of the root to stop it from skipping into the woods. That is a picture-perfect drive.
Fish just being super smooth.
Fairway fish.
The last one.
Needs to finish. Oh, and gets the kick into the woods. Spectators, be aware.
Tricky Ricky. And Gregg with a nice rip up the fairway. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, and that's perfect.
I believe that is his Thunderbird that he's been throwing really well.
Right on the tee pad,
Oh,
like we
man.
said. That's so good. And then just another smoothie. Guy's a smooth operator.
Yeah, he really is. It's awesome to watch. And he actually looks like he's ditched his old form, which was a unique form that I hadn't ever seen anyone throw anything like it, where it looked like he was about to throw a sidearm, and then he switched back to the backhand grip. And that's something that you'll see a lot of times from ultimate players, but no one really did it the way he did it. It was always interesting to watch because it would always confuse you. He never really throws forehand, so it was weird to see him line it up.
And Ricky caught an early tree, kicked him back into the woods, and then Barsby catches a late tree, kicks him right, but
He got
they
the distance.
both should have something, I'm guessing.
And this is one of the longer drives you're going to see on this hole. There's a possibility for an eagle chance with a drive like this. It looks like you're not holding anything back. Wow.
I'll have a long look there for the eagle.
Yeah. It's so difficult to access this green in too. I mean, just being up on those rocks, you really can't imagine getting anywhere closer than circle's edge at best.
Ricky just kind of scrambling the whole way up, but he should be able to get up and down for par there. Gregg has a wide sidearm.
Oh,
Get in the hole. Wow. He's just trying to make everything.
Wow, what a
really
shot
incredible.
there. There's so many things that you have to miss coming in, and it just, I mean, can you imagine that thing splashing in? That was just incredible. Wow. He just went with a tomahawk.
Yeah, that
Or a
was
thumber.
Tommy. And Ricky trying to make it. Good run. I hit one of those trees there, trying to make it. A little extra work for my birdie, but somehow managed to get it in there. Fish with an easy birdie. Rick should tap in for par.
Who just thinks, like, from that distance to throw a little tomahawk or a thumber? Like, that's fun. I love seeing that kind of stuff. It just shows how creative disc golf can be. Man. Hole 6, par 4, 625 feet. Players are going to want to go right side of this fairway, even though the drone's going down the left side, tight inside line. Players are going to go down that right side there and just have a little bit of a finish. Maybe cut off about 330 feet off the tee, landing somewhere up here in this grassy area, preferably off to the right side of this grassy area. From there, you're going to want to throw a turnover or a sidearm approach. The pin is going to be just past these rocks up here to the right. And once again, ghost basket.
Yeah, I think what happened is a lot of these pins got moved to a spot for the women's round. So
right. Where you're seeing these baskets out here in the overhead is where I believe the women will be playing this weekend. And that's a great shot. Maybe you'd like to get another 40, 50 feet off the skip there, but still good place.
Yeah, anywhere in the middle towards the right of those middle trees, like kind of where Fish is heading, as long as he doesn't get pinched up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's good because now you have a straighter shot and a more accessible green.
Mm-hmm. And Gregg has pulled this a little bit too far right. Unless it gets a good skip, that's going to be a little bit tricky.
Mm-hmm. But he's so far on the right-hand side that he'll be able to finagle a sidearm, I believe, through that gap because the fairway just gets more and more wide open.
Yeah, and
that's just huge.
That's exactly what you're looking for there. I would be surprised to not see Ricky go with a harp approach from there.
See what I mean? Now that he's so far on the right, it's wide open.
And Andrew's showing off the sidearm skill there, looking really good. It's going to get about 25 feet away. Beautiful shot.
I'm not going to lie, I miss his old form.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just because it was so fun to watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, sidearm, psych, backhand, psych, sidearm.
And this is flexing beautifully. That's skipping up to the right side, pin high, about 23 to 25 feet away. And Gregg is lining up the forehand, but he has to go inside the tree. Wow.
It's pretty good.
Very good shot there. Wow. And Rick lining up the harp.
Yeah, this is a super tough hole. And if we can convert on all our putts, it's going to be a star frame, and that just doesn't happen on that hole.
No, not on this one. This one averages 3.83. I'm surprised to see that these scores averaging below par as much as they are. It's a good putt there for Rick.
People are getting so good.
It's, happening right there in front of us every day. The best are about as good as they've ever been, but there's just, instead of 5 or 6 that are competitive with those top 5 or 6 guys, there's 25 to 40. And there's a putt from 25 feet, and Gregg's going to come up here and most likely tap in his birdie. And we'll have our second impressive star frame here on the front 9 from our feature group. Oh, yeah. Hole 7, par 3, 370 feet. That way, down the hill, tight woods the whole way. First gap is right here between these two big oaks. Then we get down here and things get a little bit skinnier as we're getting through this tighter gap. Players are gonna have to decide if they wanna go left side or right side of this tree, and then just try to fade down here. Best play is a super late turn or just a straight mid-range really, all the way down. I could imagine a player like James Conrad throwing a putter here, but most people that don't have that straight mid-range are going to be doing this with a little bit of a flex sidearm. And this is looking really nice if this can get that late fade. Wow, you're long of the pin. That's beautiful. What disc is that?
That's an old D2. I think it was one of the first 5 discs I ever got from Prodigy.
Is that orange one with the green stamp?
He slips a little bit on the pad, but look at this get through.
Oh my gosh.
And he's running the pin. So from the tee, it looked like both of those were going in the hole.
Yeah,
because you can only see, like you can see the basket kind of to the right side.
Yeah, you can just barely see the band from the tee here.
This is on a similar line as mine. Get in the hole.
Oh my gosh. This basket need to watch out because you guys are coming in hot. Wow. 3 beautiful shots. See if Ricky can get another shot inside the circle. This is a bit low. Oh, and gets 0 skip whatsoever. I don't know what he caught there. Oh. That's going to leave some work there for Ricky to save his par. Ricky up and in does save the par. He's doing a good job to save these pars. He's not getting a ton of birdies so far, only 2 under, but he's had 3 opportunities where he's really had to work hard.
Yeah, that's the thing about this course is if you're off a little bit, you can still save par, and eventually if you're playing well, you'll end up scoring somewhere in there. It's just the bogeys that'll catch you and kind of ruin your round on this course, and it can happen really, really fast.
And Gregg tries to go with the pink putter this time.
Yeah, you can tell he's a little bit uncomfortable at that distance, and when you don't have your main putter, it can totally,
work you for sure.
Work you over for sure, but.
And don't look now. All Ulibarri, 5 down through 7. Charging the start here. Moving on to hole 8, par 5, 670 feet. We're talking about not many holes being under 800 feet or whatever, being par 5s. This one's under 700 feet. But that's how the East Coast does. A lot of times in these woods, you have these really tight tunnel shots, and it's just 3 specific shots that you have to throw. This one, you just want to get to the top of the hill. From there, it's a technical shot around the corner, and then another technical shot, as I'd say most good shots are going to get you right around the short pin here, which is where the par 5 used to be, but they decided to move it back a little bit here on top of this triangular mound box tee basket. Pyramid, thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Shout out to Silver Lat, who I believe took the Eagle 3 on this hole. I don't know how he did it, but...
Actually, he did that on... It was on hole 5, actually.
Really? Oh, I thought it was on this hole. Never mind. No shout out to you. Shout out on hole 5 before.
Yeah, we should have given him a shout out then. Yeah. I believe that was that same orange D2 there for you.
Yeah, super happy with that drive. Anything that you get past up towards the top of the hill, even if you're right or left in the woods, you're going to be super happy with.
And Fish flounders his way back into the fairway there with a good kick.
Gregg, he's fading a little bit right, but like I said, if you get to the top of the hill, you'll be able, it's a 200 to 180 foot shot that you want to throw from there. So if you can just get to the top of the hill, it really doesn't matter if you're way right into the woods, you'll be able to probably make something happen. Unless you do that.
Yeah, Ricky is...
That's going to be tough. Even
way
with
off
his
his
scramble
line.
skills, that's about as tough as any rough gets on the planet. But he's got really good scramble skills,
he's the best at it. I swear he is. He just finds a way to get through the woods in places that no one else could get creative or have the skill to do so. Oh, wow. Just a little bit of a kiss that maybe slowed it down a bit, but that was a beautiful flex sidearm there from Fish.
Yep. Really good shot there from Gregg. In great position.
Yep. And we talked about some of the pars maybe not quite being full. Like this one being a par 5 before, and that short pin wasn't really a true par 5. I think it was just a really difficult par 4. This one pushes it back to making it is a par 5 now for sure, but it's one of the easier par 5s in the course. This is a hole you really would like to get your birdie on. And that was a great fight there with that flick roller.
Yeah. That actually puts me inside circle 2 and a chance. I mean, I had hit early and kicked to the right, and I basically had nothing. So anything with forward progress was awesome.
Like a little slip there from Ricky. I don't know what happened there, but he kicked off a tree.
Fish showing that beautiful touch he has with the sidearm. And you can see all the crazy footing you can have on this course. He's just sitting on a rock. He said he was running this one as well.
I mean, why not? Like, I can't even imagine what it's like to wake up the world champion and go to an event the very next weekend and try to bring that same type of passion. Like, what's going to entertain you? Throwing shots in from 350 feet? Yeah, maybe that's it. Like,
pretty much. It felt that way actually playing with them. Like the crowd was just waiting for him to just throw everything in. It was awesome.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
It just seems like I haven't thrown one in from outside a circle, like from outside like 42 feet in like 2.5 years.
Yeah, no one has. Besides Gregg.
Yeah, Gregg does it all the time. Ricky, Paul,
and
Beth.
Fish flops his way in there on hole 8 for the only birdie. Oh, actually, no, Gregg playing the hole perfectly. I apologize, Gregg. And a par save there for you, and Ricky will have his par as well. Moving on to the final hole, the front 9 here. Par 4, 555 feet. Once again, tight tunnel fairway. You have to throw something very specific through these guardian trees right here. And if you can try to break it off to the right just a bit. Try to stay somewhere in the fairway. An ideal tee shot is going to get you somewhere up in these rocks here on the left side of the fairway, and a really good tee shot can get you right here by this big middle guardian tree.
And still no guarantee from there.
Right.
As you can see, it just comes into a bottleneck area with just trees everywhere around the circle. And
this course does an amazing job of keeping you honest and focused for 18 holes. There's no point where you can just kind of relax.
If you like disc golf, then this would be something you'd want to watch. Is Andrew Fish throw this tee shot?
Golly, that's such a
is that?
nice,
Yeah.
pretty slow turn there.
My disc has never gone that slow.
And that far at that speed.
Except from 32 feet.
And Gregg just a bit left. Just catches the left side guardian. That's going to be a really difficult up and down for birdie. It's going to be a par save most likely for Gregg.
And I take this high turning.
Oh my gosh, I really wanted to see where that one went. I'm sure you did too.
It went about 180 feet in front of me. After all said and done. And Ricky's going for the pin here.
Oh my word.
Catches the very last guardian before he made the turn.
Another shot that I would just like to see.
That's kind of the risk reward. You know, we could totally throw a straight shot and play that.
Oh, could you?
I'd once in a while. Maybe 1 out of 3 rounds I could. But this place is so fun to just try to pound it down the fairway as far as you can. I love courses like this to where you have the options, and I'm a pretty aggressive player when it comes to the woods.
And Gregg throwing a beautiful flick roller. What are you going with? Crazy roller town. Look at these approaches here. I've never seen a roller turn into a tomahawk 350 feet down the fairway before.
The woods does crazy things to you, man.
Yeah.
Changes you.
And you got 3 rollers, changes you, man. If you've seen the things I've seen, dude.
Yeah, you'd have a disc like that too. I call it my get out of jail free card in my bag.
And fish with a left side approach. That needs to be really overstable.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be...
Could you say fish fillet?
Yeah, I'd say fish fillet for sure. He's floundering around about the circle's edge there. And Ricky with a... Man, looked like he was kind of trying to pull a Gregg Barsby run there.
Here's Gregg lining up. Patent pending. He's going to have to earn that one. And I'm outside of 42 feet, so we know the result. Good height.
Gregg from outside the circle to save his par. Count it. Great par save.
Putt.
Nice.
Like, I focus on things of, like, good height and things like that from there. Like, that's a make to me, you know, from outside of, like, 42 feet. I'm like, good height, though. You know, I really made that one count.
And Andrew has missed the birdie putt, converted on his par.
A little frustrated. He knew that was one he could take from... I mean, do you have the stats on this hole? Because it's got to be hard.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, it's the 6th hardest hole. The average is over par, but only barely. Only averages 4.02.
What are there, 62 Barry Schultzes out there?
Well, the thing is, on this course is it's hard to get birdies, but it's not that hard to get pars. And the bogeys are hard to get too, because you have to work hard to get a bogey, I feel like. So it keeps you honest, but we only saw 1 bogey in the front 9, which is pretty impressive. There are a lot of green in this front 9 here on a course where 1,000 rated is right at par. So we're going to see some good scores here on the front 9. Going to cut to the back 9 of the first round and see how you guys finish up.